looks like the band has gone long again. So, anyway, if you can hear me, we're looking for check-ins. V3, Bravo, Kilowatt.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo, Mike, Quebec.
Yeah, hey, your signal is as good as it usually is, I don't think, Mike. BD3, Kilo, Mike, Quebec. And how are you tonight there? Give me a report on it. Let's go around there, go.
Yeah, okay, V3BK, V3KF2, good evening, Rick. Rick, hope you're doing well. I heard you a couple of minutes ago, just before the top of the hour, and you were coming in not too bad. You were about 10 over, always a strong signal. Now, mind you, I've got a heavy noise floor, about a solid S9 of noise, but just as you opened up the net, your signal is down. You're just barely above the noise, so I'm not sure whether you've lowered your power or something, but you were not too bad. Good copy before, but now you're just a little above the noise level. Go ahead.
Right now you're right on the edge of my noise here, and you're coming in about 5 and 9 here. 5 and 9, but a little bit of noise coming in with you. Usually it seems to be stronger than that. I'm on the wrong antenna, maybe that's why. Just that. Okay, there. Maybe that'll be a little better there, over.
Yeah, okay there, Rick. I copied that. It's about a 5.9, just also above the noise. I'm catching on my, still am right now, the vertical antenna, the multi-band vertical butternut. I switched over to the fan dipole just for a moment, and it was worse. You were really down. Well, I don't know, conditions have changed, I guess. But here on the vertical, at least I can hear you a little bit anyway. So glad you picked me up, and I'll listen along for a little bit, and I'll let you carry on to see who else we can connect to there, Rick. V3BK, V3KNQ.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I was playing around there before I come on, and I had my tuner settings wrong. So, anyway, I was on the wrong antenna there. I was actually on the listening antenna, so you're much better on here, Mike. I hear you real good. And the band went long again. I'm listening in Utah, and I can actually hear you with some DX from South America. I can actually hear you on the Utah website, or STR. So, anyway, so it's working, but the band is kind of long. And, that means that guys like Tom there in London, I can't hear him. He's too close. So, I got him checked in for a couple of weeks. I think we've had this problem for a couple of weeks, but the guys were telling me, they could hear me in Utah. So, anyway, there's some DX on Utah right now. There's South America, it sounds like. And, but anyway, I could hear myself on there, but I couldn't hear myself on the other two that I was normally using. So, until the winter's over and the time change and all that, maybe you got any suggestions for a better frequency? Somebody said 80 meters is not too good there right now, over.
Yeah, not too sure on that question, Rick. I know 80 meters can be a little tough at times. I haven't been on it, mind you, for some time. But we both know what the experiences were in, a couple of years ago when, you were on 80 meters. But as far as 40, kind of hard to say. It changes from time to time. I know the Burlington Club has a net on, I think it's 7125 or thereabouts. It's largely a CW net, but they also offer sideband contact. Haven't participated in that for a number of months. But, it just depends, Rick. Conditions, as you know, and who's on. So it's hard to say what would be a better frequency than what you've got right here.
Oh, yeah, well, 40 meters has been pretty good, and, right now the band could be anywhere. It seems like we're into the dark, so, it's kind of long, And before I was using the remote in Shrewsbury, Connecticut, and also Pennsylvania. I could hear people really good. Right now I'm on my local antenna, and hey, that's all right. We'll get the local guys, and anybody I can't hear, I can always maybe get them in Shrewsbury or Utah. I mean, the Northwest Utah. There's quite a few there if you look them up. And anyway, Chuck looked it up for me, and I found it there. So anyway, I can hear you on there, but also some DX. So yeah, I guess we'll stay here for now until we investigate the bands. Somebody suggested 20. We did 20 years ago, and really it wasn't all that great. If we're gonna just shoot the breeze local, you can even do 15 local. But right now we're on 40, and we can do 40 local. So anyway, I guess we'll leave it at that for there now, Mike. Anyway, have you been doing anything antenna-wise or contest-wise there, over?
Well, the answer to your question on antennas, no. Haven't really done anything, with the cold weather, certainly nothing. I guess going back to the fall, so I guess I should say maybe early October time frame, I had one of my antenna wires at the end set halfway for 160. It's obviously fairly long, and it zigzags all over my property. And part of that wire is I wouldn't say tangled in the tree branches, but there's a locust tree that the neighbor has, and some of the branches are growing into it. So I was trying to figure out how I would, get it away from it, and I thought, what the heck, I'm just going to leave it. It still works fine. The FWR hasn't changed a bit. Still, from the analyzer point of view, it's fine. Performance-wise, I guess we'll see, come the 150-meter contest in January or February, whenever it is. But that's the only thing on antennas. As far as contesting, I guess the last one, really good one I did was, of course, the CQ Worldwide Sideband Contest. That was very successful. Had a lot of fun with it, made a lot of contacts. I tried doing the Bulgarian contest a couple weeks ago, phone contest obviously, and conditions weren't that great. I think I only racked up 4 contacts over the whole time it was on, right? 24 hours, but didn't do well. So anyway, that's the way it goes. Hopefully, into the new year there'll be some contests. Of course, I guess there's a rack contest coming up at the end of the year, right? So we'll probably partake of that. Hey, just a question, Rick. You were saying the Utah, so that's Utah W7 land, right? 7 land?
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have the number. Let's see. I think it. Yeah, wait a minute. Let me scroll up. I think it maybe gives me the thing up higher there. It's Northern Utah Web SDR server number 4 that I'm on, and it doesn't give me a call sign. Let's see if it gives me a call sign up at the top here. Can't quite see it. Yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't give me a call sign. So I don't know what their call sign is on that. But anyway, if you look up the SDR, there's a couple of them there, and the link. I could always send you the link of the one I'm on. But I can actually hear you on there, but I'm getting a bunch of noise on there. DX coming in as well, so better off by this local antenna, which I'm probably going to hear everybody else. Okay, and your results of the contest, yeah, that's I've been pretty much same here. Sometimes the bands aren't very good, and those the ones over in Europe, I mean, like Bulgaria, of course that's in Europe, and the Scandinavian contest, I didn't do it, and I were like, but that's when I used to always do, and I got something like 17 contacts or that, you know, that's about it, and they were all on 20 meters, and they actually sent me a certificate one time, because I don't think nobody was doing that contest from this side of the pond there, Mike. So, oh well, that's the way it goes, eh? Anyway, yeah, the band conditions got to be pretty good for you to do a contest over in Europe there, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you mentioned the Scandinavian contest. Yes, that was actually one I did in October. And like you, I didn't have a lot of contacts. I had 14 or something, similar to what you had. But yeah, I was, you know, the previous year I had done Bulgaria, I believe, and I had quite a few. Like, I mean, you know, for that country, might have been like 20 or something, maybe even more. This was last year, I think it was. But this year, it was just terrible. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Propagation is propagation, and you gotta just contend with it. Anyway, Rick, I'll turn it back to you and let you carry on, see if there's anybody else out there who, you know, can hear you and join in there. So, V3BK, V3KMQ.
Yeah, V3KMQ, V3BK. Okay, Mike, and yeah, well, one thing we always said when we were contesting, if the conditions are bad for us, they're bad for everybody else too. So, you know, you can't expect the numbers to be up high. Like last year, that's what we're always looking at. What did we do last year? And, you know, sometimes band conditions were good last year, not so good this year, so didn't do as well. Okay, anyway, let's carry on, and so we're clear with V3KMQ. This is V3BK for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Anybody anywhere can check in to the net. Please go now. Okay, you got to give me again. You're right on the edge of my noise there. I think that's Mac. Is that you, Mac? Okay, was somebody else in there? Go ahead.
Yeah, it was me, Rick. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Sierra Yankee. Good evening, and good evening, Mac. So, carry on with Mac. I was second in line.
Okay, Paul, thanks for the check-in, V3CSY. Okay, and so we'll turn over to Mac. VA3, IMW, go ahead. Okay, thanks for the invite there, Mac. And if you got a pen handy, I got his number right here. Okay, his number is 905-524. Uh-oh, I just lost it. Hang on a minute. Okay, now I gotta get back there. Jeez. yeah, the phone times out here if you don't get it right away. Okay, come on. Okay, I did something wrong here on this phone here. Wait a minute. Okay, I think we're back, and 524-5512. 5512. So that's 905-524-5512. Yeah, it's funny you should mention that because he was just talking to me on the phone there yesterday. So he phoned me and I asked him if anybody phoned him yet. He said no. And I said, well, we'll see what we can do. So anyway, yeah, if you phone him at least and tell him, you know, that you're gonna try to make it over or whatever. Without your drink your Mac, go ahead. Yeah, okay. Well, don't work too hard there, Mac. And thanks for the check-in there, 73 for now. So we're clear with the BA3 IMW, and we're going to turn over to Paul there, VE3 CSY. You're coming in good. Probably not as strong as when you're over at Mark's, but yeah, still pretty good there, Paul. Go ahead.
Well, how do you know we just didn't turn the antenna sideways, reduce the tempo?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Well, everybody, I'm picking up everybody locally here, and I got a fair bit of noise, but you're over the noise there anyway, so you're 5.9 plus a little bit, and you're not as good as when you were at Mark, so yeah, you really blew me away that time. That was a good one anyway. Yeah, I really thought you had an amplifier there, over.
Well, that was the whole idea, is to fool people like that. And yeah, it's excuse me. It's interesting that you didn't notice a tonal change in our voice. So looks like Mark's mic setup and my mic setup are pretty similar to one another. That's interesting. And yeah, it's well, it is what it is. Carry on, and I'll be listening, and we'll see how the night goes.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, that was easy to do because I very rarely look up the needle and to see what the signals are. And, you know, you guys could be changing antennas or doing whatever as long as I hear you. Usually that's all that matters to me. And, you know, like, being a contester, I guess 5.9 is a normal signal report if you can hear the guy okay. So, even if the signal's actually lower, and I know that we do get into actual signal reading, but like right now you're just over the 9, so Mackie was just above my noise, so I could just barely hear him. And I've been going to that S here in Utah, and I was actually hearing myself at some times, but I think it all depends on the conditions. So, you know, I'm not hearing myself locally or on the SCRs I normally do. So, and Tom, that's from the London area, I haven't been able to hear him for the last couple of weeks, and that's probably why he's too close. The band's gone long, and but anyway, anybody local here, of course I'm gonna hear you. So that's good. Anyway, Paul, yeah, we'll carry on here and see if there's anybody else here, and I hope you'll stick around, go on 10 there when we get there. Anyway, yeah, we haven't heard from Chuck yet, and I wonder if Chuck's out there, or if he's got us on YouTube there tonight. I have no idea. I don't regularly check that, so I have listened to myself to the net in the past, and my wife was there. I did it on the TV, and I thought it was pretty good there. I heard his neighbor there, Kevin, checked in on his, but I never heard him here. So that night, that particular night, and then when I did, he told me Kevin was there, and I went and listened for him. I called him, and he never came back. So that's the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, let's see who's out there. This is B3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody from the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Net, you do not have to be a club member to check in. Please go now. Okay, let's see if I can hear myself on Utah V3 Bravo Kilowatt. No, I can't even hear myself on there, so I guess it's going to be a local net tonight. Anyway, anybody, anywhere, if you're out there, you want to check in, please go now. Wow, what is that noise? I'm getting noise here locally. I don't know about you other guys that are on there listening, but locally I'm getting some kind of noise here. Okay, and Utah seems kind of quiet now. So I don't know whether we had a solar flare or something like that happen there. V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Well, I'm actually hearing some digital down there, and it sounds pretty clear. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt, looking for any check-ins. Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Well, I'm not hearing myself on that SDR anymore. Maybe we'll check on some other one here and see what's going on. See if the band went back to where it was. I doubt it. Anyway, we'll have a listen here and see if I can hear myself on the other one there. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Nope, nothing heard there. So we're on the local antenna here. Anybody anywhere? This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, it looks like it's going to be one of them nights here. The bands are not that great, I guess. And the SDR that I am listening to, or have been listening to, the one in Shrewsbury, or not Shrewsbury, but Utah, I've been listening to that. It went noisy, and now it's kind of quiet. So I'm hearing digital signals, so that must be somebody local down there. Yeah, now I'm hearing nothing. Okay, what did I do? Shut that off? No, I didn't shut it off. So I don't know why I'm not hearing nothing on it anymore. That is strange. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, we won't worry about it. And so we're on the local antenna here. Oh, I see it's refresh. Anyway, it's fun trying to get this SDR to work at the same time. This is Victor Echo 3 Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net. And we're looking for any check-ins on the net here. You do not have to be a club member. V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Did you hear me talking about you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, I was just wondering where you were and whether we were on YouTube tonight there. Anyway, how are you doing? And what more snow? Well, yeah, melted away and now it's cold again. So what's going on there, Chuck? Do you know what the weather's supposed to be like there, over?
Yeah, good evening, Rick, and all on net listening, VA3CJZ. And yeah, I had a look at the radar map on online there, and it's showing some some weather coming in around midnight, and it looks like a big chunk. But you know, don't count your chickens until they're hatched, I always say, because a lot of times things open right up and deflect because of the fact we're at the western tip of Lake Ontario, and so we always get less. You know we're going to get it when they tell you on the news over and over and over again, so they're not doing that, so I'm not too worried.
Oh, yeah, well, hey, yeah, I've lived in Hamilton all my life, and I'll tell you that, you know, you get to a point where you say, oh, yeah, we'll get it. I'll believe it when I see it. And, you know, down here in the city, you know, I lived on the mountain there most of my time in Hamilton, but, you know, we got quite a bit more snow up there. But down here, oh, yeah, okay, we're going to get, you know, 18 centimeters. Yeah, okay. So we get it dusty and it melts the next day. So, you know, you learn to take it with what do you call it? Yeah, a little bit of salt there, and yeah, okay, well, we'll see. And then lake effect. Oh, you're going to get that lake effect. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, remember that one year we didn't get hardly anything, and they get swamped in Buffalo with the lake effect. They really got it bad in Buffalo. And my brother-in-law, who's not with us anymore, bless his soul, anyway, he had to go down alone because he was, snow removal at that time, big equipment driver. He had to go down there alone to Buffalo to help clear the snow, and that was when they had it really, really bad that one year. So you never know what's going to happen, do you, Chuck? Anyway, we get what we get when we get it, and hey, I'm retired, so I don't really care. You know, it's just a case of whether you go out there and shovel some snow or not, or whether you sit back and hope somebody else will come around and say, hey, we'll shovel your walk, mister, for $10, you know. Anyway, you know, so don't worry about it. We have to go with what comes, and if we're going to have a bad year, then maybe, you know, like so far, I can't believe we've had quite a bit of snow here in November, now that's gone, and, you know, if we have snow for Christmas, that's a good thing.
Comment, and I think there's somebody else in there, too.
Okay, we'll get comment first, and somebody else stand by there. Go ahead, Paul.
No, wrong order. I think it was DX, so let's have a listen. You kept talking too long.
Okay, go ahead. I don't hear anybody else. Okay, anyway, back to you, you, Chuck. And so I guess I guess the Farmer's Almanac says we're gonna have a pretty good winter until about the time we did had some snow and whatever, and we'll see there. Maybe I'll get around to fixing the snowblower. I didn't buy a fixing it last year. We got two snowblowers. The one's a gas one.
Oh my God!
And that's the one when we get some heavy snow there. I use that one. But the other one was an electric one, and even if it's not too much, my wife uses that one mostly. I don't bother with the electric one really. I'd rather use the shovel. But anyway, but then a year or so ago, the gas one there sort of I tried to start it and it just kind of quit on me. So it has an electric start on it, and I don't know whether it seized up or whether I haven't bothered with it because we didn't really need it. I think there was once last year that we had a lot of snow. Anyway, back to you, Chuck. What do you think?
Oh my God. Well, I heard Victor Echo 7, and then I did not catch the suffix. And yeah, I don't even know if he's still in there or not. So that Victor Echo 7 question mark. If you can hear me, this is Victor Echo 3 Charlie Sierra Yankee. Well, if he's in there, he's so weak I can't make him out anymore. So no contact. All right, have a comment about the weather, Rick. But yeah, you missed that guy.
Yeah, okay, let's try that B7 again. B7, if you can hear us, please go again. I can't hear him. Can anybody else?
How about you, Chuck? Yeah, same here. I know there's something there, but boy, you can't even make out a single word anymore. I think the conditions faded away. His was fluctuating, anyways. It was the E7, so we're getting a little bit of weak west coast.
Oh yeah, well I knew the band was long, so oh well. Okay, anyway, you got a comment there, Paul, go ahead.
Well, the system that's coming in, and we're going to see it start sort of around midnight, like Chuck said, is going to pass the south of us, and depending upon the track that it takes, if it takes a track whereby it hangs around and pulls an east-northeast wind off of Lake Ontario, we're screwed here. We will get the biggest dumping ever, and that has happened to us. So it depends on the wind flow as it approaches us, and it might just flip us, or we might get dumped on. So that's what's coming for us in the next couple days, and then it's going to be cold, like really cold, for a whole week.
We might get a big dump, so what else could happen? It could go around us a bit. I've seen that happen quite a bit.
Well, the meat of the storm is going to track to the south. It's going to cross Ohio and into Pennsylvania and towards, the lower part of New York State. So it just depends on where the meat of the precipitation, the snowfall, occurs. And like I said, if it goes a little more north than they think, and we get that perfect wind off of Lake Ontario, we'll get the dumping of our lives. And like I say, it's happened before, but the wind direction has to be so that we're right at the end of the lake in exactly the right angle. So it doesn't happen often, but it can happen, and this one, there's a potential for that.
Yeah, so we might get Oh yeah, hey, I give up on this. Trying to work the computer at the same time. Yeah, I give up on that Utah one there. It keeps going off on me. And I was hearing DX on it. I was hearing DX and then I heard digital and it got quiet. And also on that one, I was hearing the guys out west. So, you know, but right now it wasn't very useful for me at all, and it's gone off on me. So we'll leave it that way. Anyway, yeah. Well, let's hope. Well, yeah, maybe it's time we did have a big dump of snow. It's not going to do us any harm, really. You know, and it's not like I'm going anywhere this week. There, we've made our jobs out there, and the only place we're going there for the Christmas party, and so. You know, it'll be a case of who's going to do the snow for us, or are we going to go out there and do a little bit at a time ourselves, and how much is it really going to dump on us? We'll see. Anyway, Chuck, are you still there? And you, yeah, I've got a nice little here too, so Paul's kind of in that really good there. Mac, he was right on the edge. I had a little bit of trouble with him, and you and Mike there are coming in great, so no problem at all. Anyway, Chuck, have you got us on the YouTube stream?
Before I forget there, I couldn't hear Mac. He was right in my noise floor, and I could hear Mike, but he was lower than normal. And Paul, V3CSY, is nice and strong. S9 Plus, at least 10 to 15, I think, over S9. And of course, you're around S25 or so. I'd say you're down about 5. You're normally S30 solid. So, and to answer your question, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's about the same result I got here. Mike was a little bit lower. I think mostly because he was using a vertical to me, so he was down. Lots of times he's up there pretty high, but I think all the signals are down. And the only one that's really good is Paul, and Paul's coming in here real good too. Like I got a stingy needle, and when Paul talks, it goes up over the 9. So that's pretty good for my stingy needle. I got all the preamps off and everything, so to listen to all that noise, I've got the gain on a little bit, and the noise reduction, I've got that on too. And I did try an air filter, but that works for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody unless they're spot on frequency. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, so anybody anywhere, if you can hear us, please go now. It looks like we're going to get locals or maybe DX, but so I don't think our North American guy's going to come in here. Probably we're not going to be able to hear them guys out west either. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody go now? Yeah, and Chuck, I'm really surprised. I usually hear you on the SDR, but I couldn't hear you on the SDR at all there. So by your report, you're the strongest here on local there, over.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not really surprised, but who knows? Maybe this time around you can hear me. I did turn my audio down.
Okay, and yeah, hey, guess what? I got Utah back online, and I'm hearing you in Utah, so you're not quite as strong, of course, in Utah, but I can hear you on the SDR, so there you go. Anyway, so I'll go on there and we'll see if there's a VE7 that was in there. Is there a VE7 in there now? I'm listening. I should be able to hear you, over. No, not there. So, yeah, those guys were in there. Maybe they were right to them before, and we could hear them. But, you know, that it's pretty quiet there in Utah right now, and so I am hearing it, but not really loud. And, like, there was noise on there before, and there was actually some digital coming through. So, anyway, it's one of those sheets that does not always work. Anyway, okay, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Let's see if there's anybody else out there for the HF net on a Monday night. V3 BTEC. Okay, we're on here between 8 and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and if anybody wants to check into our net, you do not have to be a club member or anything like that to check in. Usually at 9 o'clock we go to 10 meters, 2845, and depending on the conditions, depends on who we can get in there, and sometimes it just turns out to be a local ride too. That's it, not a net. Anyway, this is the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club, V3 BJ at the mic. We're located in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and we're at the west end of Lake Ontario. So anybody, anywhere, if you can hear me, you want to check in, please go now.
Victor Echo 3, India Oscar Whiskey.
Okay, give me your call again.
Victor Echo 3, India, Ontario, Whiskey.
Okay, I got a B3 India uniform. Is that you, Bill?
Nope, my call is Victor Echo 3, India, Ontario, Whiskey.
Okay, B3 India United Whiskey. And I think I got it right there. You're right on the edge of my nose there. So, pretty high noise level here right in Hamilton. So like I said, that's Bill. Is it not? There, over?
Echo 3, India, Ontario, Whiskey. Name is Ron, Romeo Oscar Nancy.
Okay, very good, very good. Victor Echo 3, India Oscar Whiskey. Somebody else helped me out with the call there, and I got you in there live here. So I'll turn you over to Chuck there. He seems to be able to hear you. You're right on the edge of my noise there. Whereabouts are you? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm also in Hamilton, and I'm up at the mountain, over.
Okay, Chuck did. He just you said you were in Hamilton. That's all I got there, over.
Yeah, well, I'm up the mountain, right by near the link.
Victor Echo 3, India Oscar Whiskey. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Chuck is my name, and I'm located below the escarpment there. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, hi, Chuck. Nice to hear from you. Sorry if V3DK couldn't hear me well. I'm just using a makeshift
dipole. Hopefully we'll be able to make a good dipole one of these days when it gets warmer. But I'm glad you can hear me, Chuck. My name is Ron, Romeo and Nancy. Over.
QSL there, Ron. Pleasure to meet you. And listen, we all go through the same thing when we put up antennas. We want something quick and a quick, easy dipole. Sometimes they're compromised, but at least it gets you on the air. Listen, you're just over my noise floor, and my noise floor is S9. So you're S9 plus. Down here, and you're getting out just fine. It's just that this evening there's a really high noise level, and the band is long, so it's tough to hear some local stations. I hear a station normally really strong, but tonight I couldn't even hear him. He was in my noise floor. Back to you there, Ron.
Roger that, Chuck. Can I please get your call again? Over.
Sure thing, Ron. My call is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, VA3 CJZ.
Roger, QSL on that. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Okay, I won't be holding the net so much longer. I just dropped by to say hello to you. This is my first time checking into the net. And to V2BK, the net controller. Now that I know you guys are here, I usually check into the 3730 group. But now I'm split in half. I'll be checking into yours, to our group, and also to the 3330 group. Because they go on at the same time. I'll be curious why. Just saying hello to the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club group there. Introducing myself. VA3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, Victor Echo 3 Oscar Whiskey. Thank you for the relay, Chuck.
Okay, Ron, very good. My pleasure, and thanks for stopping by. We're here every Monday evening between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and also on Thursday afternoons on this frequency between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. So if you have time then, please drop by. It's unusual that we have a high noise floor, but that's just the way it is tonight. And so I'll pass it back to Rick there. Rick, he's going to another talk group. But he heard us and wanted to check in, and he'll be checking in more often there. So I'll pass it back over to Rick.
Yeah, okay, Ryan, and I heard some of that. But my noise floor here, you're right on the edge of it there, and I'm only hearing parts of what you're saying there, Ron. So thanks for the check-in. Like Chuck said, we're here every Monday night between 8 and 9. So, look for us. So 73, and thanks again for the check-in, Ron. VE3IOW from V3 Bravo Kilowatt. 73 there, Ron.
73 Rick and 73 Chuck. Have a good night, 73.
Okay, 7-3, Ron. Back over to you, Rick.
Okay, well, you never know. The band has gone long, and earlier on, we were able to hear ourselves on the closer SCRs, but right now, I can actually hear you, Ron, on the Utah SDR, if you're still listening, and also I can hear Chuck on there, but it's not very strong, but it's there. So, and anyway, that's the way it goes. The bands are up and down. Okay, this is the Hamilton Amateur Radio Pub, and we're on here till 9 o'clock. So anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, please go now. Yeah, the Utah SCR, Chuck, is actually useful right now. It was, I could hear Ron a little bit on it. Not so bad, you know, with volumes it seems to be down, but anyway, and before it was useless, it was a lot of noise on there, so I think the bands have changed since then too, and probably gotten longer, who knows. Anyway, this is the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club for the HF Net, and we're here every Monday night between 8 and 9 o'clock, and at present we're on 7100. We're going to be here for a while maybe. So anyway, tune us in every Monday night, and it's too bad that some of the usual stations that check in probably can't hear us. We're going over top of their head. Okay, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere, please go now. Well, that was nice to get that, hey Chuck. You never know who's listening, and you know the fact. I was talking to Barry, and he said there's another new member. A new number that joined the club. So, like, there's a lot of guys that are retiring, and they just decided to take up AM radio as a hobby, I guess. And so there's been a few of those guys that have joined the ranks there. Over.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, there's quite a few people that are reaching retirement age these days, so it's no surprise. And that's good news for the hobby. And there's a lot of new hams as well popping up every now and then, so that's always nice to see. Anyhow, Rick, what else was I going to say? Yeah, I didn't do any radio work today. I've been busy shopping for Christmas for my wife and daughter, and I like to research everything and compare and check what seller, how well that seller does, and things like that, you know, before you hit the buy button. You don't want to get something in the mail that you didn't want, right? Or not in the mail, but delivered, something that you didn't want. So anyways, I'll let you see if there's anyone else out there. We're approaching 8:53 p.m. and so maybe there's some last minute people out there listening, and so I'll pass it back to you. Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Yep, roger on that, and you never know who's listening either. And I can remember as a teenager, I used to listen on my dad's, I think it was called a Grandfather or Grandfather or something like that. It was a German shortwave radio. And boy, oh boy, you know, like these days you don't hear as much stuff on shortwave either. But, you know, at that time it really piqued my interest, and of course way back then they had the CBs were going, and you would quite often see those nerdy guys with their glasses and driving their Fords with a big 102-inch whip on the back, and you wonder what that was all about. Anyway, yeah, well now, so like I'm actually surprised that we're getting as many as we are, because a lot of people think ham radio is dead, and radio itself is being replaced by digital and video streaming. So, you know, like a lot of people don't think that we're useful anymore, but hey, as a hobby, it's still great to work the propagation when it's open to work different parts of the world, and you figure while you're talking to that guy over there in Siberia or or some strange place, and it's not costing you nothing. And somebody pointed out to me, well, I can talk to Australia any time of the day or night, anytime I want on my cell phone, but it costs you. And it's a lot different to be able to talk to somebody that with the same interests as you, ham radio and working DX. Anyway, so we're coming up close to the end of the hour here at 9 o'clock, and I got 8:55, so we got 5 minutes to go. Anybody else there's copying us there, you're more than welcome to join in. You don't have to be a club member or anything like that. Any new to ham radio or anything like that. As long as your license, please go now, please. Nothing going on. Anyway, so ham radio for me was something I always wanted to get into from the time I was a teenager. So, I just never had the time. So it wasn't until I'd been married for a few years and I got into ham radio. And that was after the CB craze. And the CB craze, CB was so small compared to ham radio. Anyway, Chuck, have you worked any more DX recently? That was something, those things that I send you useful because those are the kind of things I use to work all the DX that I worked over my span of ham radio. Over.
Yeah, Rick, very good. Let's see now. About a week ago, I worked Grenada, a small island there off the northern tip of South America, and they confirmed me. 2 days later or something like that. So that was nice. But that's the only real DX I've had in a while, Rick. So. I'm really hoping to be able to afford a new radio soon, and get up to date with radio gear, and get something nice.
Well, you know what? The radio, even those $17,000 radios, are no better than the radio you got. So, you learn how to tune that radio so that it gets rid of the most noise and all that kind of stuff, and it's all propagation. So you got to be there at the right time. The right time, like in the middle of the night or something, you might hear somebody on a de-expedition, and to them it was the middle of the day or whatever. And that gray line does work, and that's why we're getting long paths right now, because we're actually in the dark here. And even my daughter mentioned 4:30 and it's dark, so anyway, what are you gonna do, eh? Yeah, I hated that when I was working. It kind of gets you down in the wintertime. When you go to work it's dark, and when you come home it's dark. So so you felt like the daylight was before you even or it was just a couple of hours while you were working, and so you're out driving around going from job to job, whatever, in my case anyway. And oh well, what are you going to do? Anyway, the propagation, hopefully it'll be better and you'll get some more DX in there. Sometimes you find people at the strangest times and in the strangest places, and if you can hear them, you can probably work them.
Yeah, that's how the old saying goes, Rick. All right, well, looks like we're going to click over to 9 p.m. there, Rick. Thanks for doing this, Net. Always a pleasure, and I look forward to you checking into the HARC net on Wednesday, and then we'll see you back on the TP net on Thursday afternoon. This is VA3 CJZ saying so long.
Okay, thank you for being there. Okay, we're going to give a last minute call. Last minute call for anybody that can hear us. Anybody wants to check into the net before we go to 10 meters, please go now. Okay, I didn't hear nothing. Okay, thanks for what you do too there, Chuck, and we'll see you on Wednesday night for sure. Okay, we're going to cue us fly over to 10 meters, 28,485, and probably be a local ride too. We talk about anything, so anybody listening, if you want to come over and listen there, or even check in with us, it's not formal. Okay, B3 Bravo Kilowatt, QS1 at 28,485.